What's up, YouTube gamers? Young Soul dropping another video, and I forgot to do a video about this, so I figure I'm in the video making mood, so I'm going to drop this. And the PS4 Pro will have the first native 4K 60 frame per second AAA game with HDR support. So the whole shebang, native 4K, because we know native 4K, 60 frames per second, and HDR. As you can see on the screen, that title is going to be NBA 2K17. You see that as a tweet from the verified NBA 2K Twitter. It shows right there where they're saying that the PS4 Pro upgrades are coming to NBA 2K17, which is currently out now, but when the PS4 Pro comes, it's actually going to have an update. As you can see in the Twitter feed, it actually says if you have a PS4 Pro with a 4K display, you're going to get NBA 2K17 at native 4K resolution, running at 60 frames per second with HDR support. They also go on to say if you have a PS4 Pro with 1080p, it's actually still going to render at 4K, but obviously the output's going to be 1080p because if you have a 1080p TV, it doesn't go any higher than 1080p. But the company, obviously 2K, says that it will have much better anti-aliasing with HDR support. So essentially, I'm making this video specifically because the Xbox fanboys, which I have now trademarked and coined the term Professional Sony Complainers Club. The PSCC, as I call it, Professional Sony Complainers Club. I could do a whole video if you want me to on why I call them that, but anyways, the Professional Sony Complainers Club, has been saying that PlayStation 4 won't do native 4K. It's only this upscaled stuff. It won't do any native 4K. And then, of course, there was this racing game, which I can't think of, Mantis racing game, if I'm not mistaken, like a Micro Machines looking thing, and that runs at native 4K on PlayStation 4 Pro. So obviously the about to call them the Xbox fanboys, but the Professional Sony Complainers Club members are out there claiming that, well, that's an indie game, so yeah, they might be able to do native 4K on indie games, but there won't be a AAA. So obviously so of course, if they claim it, obviously it's probably gonna be the opposite of what they claim. So of course, nobody claims that NBA 2K is not a AAA game. Now, it's not an exclusive. I'm not claiming that, but it is a bona fide, verified AAA game, NBA 2K, and it will be native 4K 60 frames with HDR on PS4 Pro. So that takes care of that. The idea that now I'm not claiming that every game on PS4 Pro is going to be native 4K, okay? But the argument that PS4 Pro will only do upscaled, not native at all. So and I've even heard some of the haters, the Professional Sony complainers, even claim that PlayStation shouldn't be allowed to put the 4K symbol on the box of the PS4 Pro because it's lies. They're just lying like Sony always does. Sony lies. They're not going to do 4K. Blah, blah. Native 4K or what's called true 4K. Well, obviously, that isn't going to be true. They will be able to do native 4K and 60 frames to boot and HDR support to boot on AAA games. Now, again, I'm not claiming it will be for all, but this goes out to the morons who claim that the PS4 Pro wasn't going to be able to do native 4K on any games. Then again, when that Mantis racing game came out, they said, well, it won't do native 4K on AAA games. Well, time to move the goalposts more. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll holla back. Peace.